Hello YouTube, this is Sophie. I've been requested to do a Draw My Life video, so here you go. I was born in the cold December of the 1990 in a city called Nineveh in Iraq. It was actually during a war and in a war zone. My parents were in their early 20s. When my mom gave birth to me, my dad was an electrical engineer, which made it easier for us to travel out. We were able to travel a year after I was born. For minor privacy reasons, the countries are named in alphabetic order. We first traveled to country A. My mom gave birth to my little brother. I was surprised at the beginning, but then I really liked him. I remember being a complete introvert in class. I just didn't like playing with the kids. One day, I lost my bus and went with my friend, hoping to find my house on the way to her house. She then said, "This is where my house is," and just left me. I was actually stuck in a maze. I didn't know where to go and who to ask for, so I just cried. Until a man stopped his car and took me back to the school, where I saw my parents once again. We later flew to country B, which is in Africa. It was a stunning experience for a 7-year-old. We were in a small village, yet our house was really big. I was very attached to nature during that time. I used to ride horses and even sheep. I used to stay at night to watch the stars. Then we traveled again to country C back to the Middle East. We rode buses, planes, and even ships to get there. In grade 3, I was a shy kid. I enjoyed drawing and coloring. Once in class, I drew my teachers. A girl stood up and yelled at me, "How dare you!" I started crying when the whole class was laughing. But in an attempt to make me feel better, the teacher promised to hang my drawing in the school bulletin board. I don't think if she did, but that was the first drawback. I changed schools again in grade 4 and then grade 5 due to many reasons. At the age of 11, my love for cartoon grew big. I used to watch Pokemon, Digimon, and other cartoons every day and night. I also liked playing football, skateboarding, and climbing trees during that time. I then discovered anime by the age of 12 while looking through Google Images and decided to make my first manga when I was 13. I loved writing stories and I was way more creative for my age. The first manga I've created was The Evil of Kindness. Then my little sister was born. It was cool to add another member to the family. Then I entered a high school for Elliot's, not because I'm that smart, but my mom worked there. At first I was a loner and struggled with narrowing the gaps with these people, but then it worked well, and I became much smarter than I thought I would be. During grade 10, I started my Japanese course in school. My sensei was very cool and supportive of me. I told her about my dream of going to Japan and becoming a manga artist. Also, a very supportive friend was Sophie-chan, who I'm still a friend with up until now. Throughout my high school years, I've kept doodling and somehow I was getting better and better. Then I had to move to country D because of my father's work. I left crying as I loved all my friends back there, but my family comes first. Grade 12 in a new country and school is an awful experience. I sat alone the whole year as the rest of the people had their best friends. My life was really tough and it really sucked at that time. I then graduated from high school, ready to go after my dream of becoming a manga artist. However, that dream got rejected by my parents for the following reasons. First is I'm not competent to live alone in a foreign city like Japan. I looked way younger than my real age. Second, my culture presumes no future for artists, so I was stuck and I ended up going for engineering, which in turn made me wish that I didn't study that hard in high school. Anyhow, my dream was shattered apart. I got depressed and I cried for some time. I tried to hide it from my parents because I knew they wanted the best for me. However, seeing my improvements, I still believed that I'll one day become an artist. I was sitting one day watching YouTube and I saw one of Mark Riley's video. I was like, let's try and do the same thing. In 2008, I uploaded my first YouTube video with my mobile phone camera. I got a lot of positive feedback except for one which said that I need to stop drawing. Yet making speed paint videos was fun. I started creating my story, The Ocean of Secret. I did start chapter 1. However, I had a lot of mistakes in my drawing, and during that time my university got very serious. Everything started getting harder, so I stopped drawing for a while to maintain a high GPA. Junior year was hell too, but I still made videos and started getting insane amount of views. The people inspired me a lot to create these videos and to actually start my own manga again. When my third year university ended, my credit hours were reduced and I finally got time to draw and improve. I got very popular in YouTube and I knew I was going in the right way. Last year, I remade my manga, was working day and night to finish it. People around me in university thought I was crazy enough to waste all that time drawing. Looking back at them, I still got higher grades than them. I knew if I don't accomplish this childhood dream, I will keep living the rest of my life with regrets. However, everything worked out. I almost finished my book and I'm working on publishing it, and I'm graduating in 2 months. I wouldn't have taken this seriously without the support of my parents, grandparents, friends, and all the people around me, including you, my YouTube fanbase. And if you were to construct a one-sentence summary out of my life, is that I didn't give up, and I will continue living that way. And if someday I disappear from this world, my story won't. It will remain here to inspire you to do your best, because you have all my support.